At 0340 hours local time, 180 nautical miles east of Luzon, a United States Navy P-8A Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft is 90 minutes into a standard reconnaissance pattern over the Philippine Sea. The aircraft is operating in international airspace. Water depth below is 4,200 meters. Sea state is 3, with wind from the northeast at 15 knots. Surface temperature is 28 degrees Celsius. The thermocline layer, where water temperature drops rapidly and sound propagation changes, sits at 180 meters depth. The acoustic operator in the rear cabin is monitoring a sonobuoy field. 16 ANSSQ 53F DIFAR sonobuoys are deployed in a barrier pattern with spacing of 2 nautical miles between units. Each buoy has an operational life of 8 hours. Battery status is nominal. These are passive acoustic sensors. They listen and they do not transmit active sonar pulses. The operator is looking for anomalies in ambient ocean noise. Biologics like whale and dolphin clicks register in specific frequency bands. Merchant traffic produces broadband noise. Submarines produce a different signature, including machinery noise, propeller cavitation, and hull compression sounds as depth changes. At 0342, buoy 7 registers a transient contact. Duration is 4 seconds. Frequency profile matches machinery noise, not biologics. The operator marks the contact and begins classification analysis. Bearing from buoy 7 is 185 degrees. No corresponding contact appears on adjacent buoys. This indicates the source is either distant or masked by the thermocline. He requests the tactical coordinator deploy additional buoys to refine the bearing. 2 minutes later, buoy 12 registers a similar transient. Bearing from buoy 12 is 202 degrees. The tactical coordinator plots both bearings on the navigation display. The lines intersect approximately 8 nautical miles south-southwest of the buoy field. Estimated depth of the contact, based on sound propagation modeling and the lack of surface duct transmission, is below 200 meters below the thermocline. This is deliberate depth selection by a submarine commander who understands acoustic propagation. The P-8A carries no weapons. Its role is detection and tracking, not engagement. The tactical coordinator transmits an initial report to 7th Fleet Operations Center in Yokosuka. The message includes contact classification as possible, submarine, bearing, estimated depth, and confidence level assessed as medium. Transmission time to Yokosuka is 4 minutes via satellite link. Response time from Yokosuka will depend on available assets and the command decision cycle. The nearest surface combatant with anti-submarine capability is USS Howard, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, currently 140 nautical miles to the northeast. Transit time at 25 knots is approximately 5.5 hours. The acoustic operator is now tracking a third transient on buoy 9. The pattern is consistent with a submerged contact moving slowly on a southerly heading. Speed estimate based on bearing rate change is 4 to 6 knots. This is slow. Submarine commanders moving at this speed are attempting to minimize self-noise and avoid detection. The propeller is turning at low revolutions per minute. Machinery is operating in quiet mode. The boat is creeping. Here is the problem. Sonobuoys have limited battery life. Once deployed, they cannot be recovered. The buoys currently in the water have approximately 12 minutes of useful operational life remaining before battery depletion renders them inactive. The P-8A can deploy additional buoys, but that requires flying directly over the projected contact location. Doing so alerts the submarine commander that he has been detected. His electronic support measures system, mounted on the sail, will detect the radar emissions of the P-8A and potentially the electromagnetic signature of buoy deployment charges. Once aware of active tracking, the submarine commander has 2 options: He can go deep and sprint away, accepting higher onboard noise in exchange for rapid egress from the area. Or he can remain at depth and drift, hoping the new buoy field does not localize his position. The tactical coordinator faces a decision: deploy additional buoys immediately and risk alerting the contact, or continue passive monitoring with the current buoy field and accept that localization accuracy will remain low. Low accuracy means any surface asset responding to this contact will have a search area measured in hundreds of square nautical miles. Finding a quiet submarine in that area, especially one below the thermocline, requires either active sonar prosecution or extended passive tracking with multiple assets. The contact is assessed as a Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy submarine based on location, depth profile, and operational pattern. The Philippine Sea is a known patrol area for PLAN submarines transiting between the South China Sea and Pacific operating areas. The specific class is unconfirmed, but acoustic signature characteristics suggest a Type 093 Shang-class nuclear attack submarine, and Type 093 has a submerged displacement of approximately 7,000 tons. Maximum depth is estimated at 400 meters. Propulsion is a pressurized water reactor driving a single shaft. The boat is not quiet by Western standards. Machinery noise and propeller cavitation are detectable at ranges of 8 to 12 nautical miles under favorable acoustic conditions. However, below the thermocline and moving at creep speed, detection range decreases significantly. At 0351, the tactical coordinator decides to deploy 4 additional sonobuoys in a refined pattern south of the current contact bearing. The P-8A Poseidon descends to 1,000 feet altitude and configures for buoy deployment. The pneumatic launch system cycles 4 times. 4 buoys enter the water, spacing 1 nautical mile apart. The P-8A climbs back to patrol altitude and resumes monitoring. The acoustic operator now has 20 channels active. He is looking for correlation between old buoy data and new buoy data. If the contact has maintained its southerly heading, the new buoys should detect transients within 6 to 8 minutes. 6 minutes pass. No new transient detections occur. The original buoy field has depleted its batteries. Contacts fade as power levels drop. The operator is left with 4 new buoys and no confirmed contact. The submarine has either changed course, gone deep and drifted away from the buoy field, or reduced speed to effectively 0. A submarine hovering at depth with minimal machinery operation produces almost no acoustic signature. It becomes a hole in the ocean. The tactical coordinator updates 7th Fleet. Contact is assessed as lost. The last known position and heading are provided. A probability area is calculated based on time elapsed and possible submarine speed. The area is 220 square nautical miles. USS Howard is retasked to proceed to the probability area and conduct an active sonar search. Estimated time on station is 4 hours. This is the reality of submarine detection in deep ocean environments. Detection is fleeting. Tracking is difficult. Localization requires time, multiple sensors, and often active prosecution that reveals your own position. The submarine commander knows this. His advantage is depth, silence, and patience. The P-8A Poseidon has sensor range and endurance, but no weapons. The surface combatant has weapons and active sonar, but requires hours to arrive. The submarine can be gone by then. What makes this operationally significant is not the detection itself. Submarines are detected regularly. What matters is whether detection leads to a maintained track and whether that maintained track enables a response decision. In this case, the detection window was 12 minutes. The decision cycle from detection to a surface asset on station is 4 hours. That gap is where submarine operations succeed. The Type 093 submarine, if that is what this contact was, will continue its patrol. It may transit further east into the Pacific. It may return to the South China Sea through Luzon Strait. It may remain submerged for weeks, surfacing only briefly to transmit position reports via satellite. The P-8A Poseidon will continue its patrol pattern. It will deploy more sonobuoys. It will detect more transients. Some will be submarines. Some will be biologics. Some will be merchant ships. The process repeats. There is no victory condition in anti-submarine warfare. There is only the continuous cycle of detection, classification, tracking, and response. Time matters. Sensor geometry matters. Water conditions matter. Command decision cycles matter. The submarine that remains undetected achieves its mission simply by being present and unlocalized. The maritime patrol aircraft that detects a submarine but cannot maintain track has accomplished initial detection but not mission completion. The surface combatant that arrives hours after contact is lost, faces a search area that grows exponentially with time. This is why submarine operations remain one of the most challenging problems in naval warfare. The environment favors the submarine. Detection is possible, but not guaranteed. Tracking is difficult. Engagement requires localization accuracy that is hard to achieve. And all of this occurs in 3 dimensions, over vast areas with time constants measured in hours and days, not minutes. The P-8A returns to base 7 hours later. The acoustic operator will write a contact report. The tactical coordinator will brief the mission. The data will be analyzed. Acoustic signatures will be compared to known profiles. The contact will be added to a database of probable submarine detections in the Philippine Sea. USS Howard will complete its active sonar search and report no reacquisition of contact. The submarine, wherever it is now, remains unlocalized. This is the operational reality of submarine detection. It is not dramatic. It is not decisive. It is persistent, technical, and constrained by physics, time, and the vast size of the ocean.